Jer si milostivi čovekoljubi Bog i tebi slavu uznosimo, Otcu i Sinu i Svetome Duhu, sada i uvek i u vekove vekova.
In a world of shadows and secrets untold, where primeval stories make the brave go cold, mighty gods on high and realms below, whispers of legends that shape each soul. And nightmarish dreams, cryptids lurking, nothing's as it seems, giants walking, angels and demons fight, only truth can bring the light. Through the echoes of time, the tales unfold, mysteries arise as the prophecies are foretold, from valiant knights to buried treasure, this podcast brings nothing but pleasure. Welcome to myth, mysteries and majesty. Study with us and don't be a travesty. Theology, mythology, fantasy and horror, Dungeons and Dragons to Skyrim and Mordor. And Mordor, powers haunt the evening, in gothic castles where they're screaming. Wizards cast spells in their towers tonight, exploiting enigmas hidden from our sight. Archaeologists make excavations deep of the ancient tombs where pharaohs sleep. In the dust of ages we chronicles keep, storytelling's power of monsters that creep. Myths, mysteries and majesty is the place for you to learn about this haunted space. From scholarship to manuscripts of old, unlock the secrets of wisdom and gold.
Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 107 on 3M Podcast. This will be a wild week. Besides doing a full-time job, we'll be recording 4 episodes this week. This is not something that I recommend to anyone unless you want to be extreme and you don't want to have any sleep or a social life, so that's up to you. But here I am going extreme this week. We are back with PJ because we had Sean yesterday who did a tremendous job, stayed 3 hours with us, and his lucky beard brought us over 500 views. So I pray that Sean's beard will be lucky for us tonight as well. PJ, when it comes to tonight's episode, I've been wanting to cover Stalker 2 for like a couple of weeks, few weeks, but at least with me, I always keep up finding something like, oh, I want to cover this, I want to cover that, I want to cover, let's leave this gaming session for another time. So it's my fault that because of other topics, I've been postponing this gaming video for last 2 or 3 weeks. But when it comes to this genre, which is like a dystopian, sci-fi, partially horror action, first-person shooter, is this something that you love playing? And have you maybe played Stalker 2? Do you even know anything when it comes to the game's lore and, stuff like that?
So I have not played Stalker 1 or 2. I know of them. Stalker 2 is blowing up right now on the gaming scene. So, I've wanted to go and investigate it prior, but I kind of wanted to be surprised by what we're going to watch tonight, see the footage firsthand. But this genre, per se, is one of my favorite genres to play in. So I have high hopes, super excited. It's got a lot of good reviews on it. So I'm really excited to see what tonight brings.
Yep. I just want to say to everyone that if you think this is a good idea, you can comment in the live chat or put thumbs up. But PJ and I were just sharing ideas that instead of covering for 2 hours once a week these AAA games, maybe we can start covering 2 or 3 indie games and we can dedicate between 40 to 60 minutes each. And that way, for one night, we can cover 2 or 3 smaller games instead of one AAA game. So maybe we can do 1 week, 2, 3 smaller games. Next week, 1 triple game, like just 1 game. And then the following week, it can be a few games. And that, if we do that, we can cover, I don't know, maybe up to 50 games a year, which will be phenomenal because there are hundreds of amazing indie games out there. So if you guys think this will be something that you would like to do, please, tell your opinion. Okay, so without losing any time, because we're already a little bit late, it's my fault. Let's start with the gameplay. And as always, please support the original uploaders. I always give credit to the original uploader and person who is, covering the whole game. So subscribe to their channel, and I also want to thank them for providing this video. So the video is almost 17 hours long. We'll try to squeeze everything within 2 hours, and we'll be going 125 speed. Okay.
Last question, Madalen. Are you sure the perimeter surrounding the zone is really enough? If a powerful emission were to occur,
Listen, the zone has remained stable for years. Besides, we didn't establish the most advanced institution in human history without first guaranteeing its safety. As the head of the Scientific Institute for Research of the Chernobyl area, or CIRCA for short, I believe the wonders that we will bring to the world far outweigh the potential risks.
how big are these risks exactly?
The zone reveals a whole new world. We can stick with the old one, fearing change. But tell me, do you want our descendants to remember us as cowards? Or as those who dared to venture forward to a new, better humanity?
I love the beginning. It's like in some horror movie. I love it.
The injured were evacuated. I remind our listeners that a similar incident happened in our region quite recently, ruining homes and livelihoods. City officials urge people to stay calm, assuring them the situation is totally under control.
Doesn't look like a place I'd want to get caught off
I'm okay.
on the road.
I think it's still better here
Sun
than
is really raging
being in
today.
Resident Evil
See that?
location.
It was
With
a
Umbrella
hell of a
Academy.
blast. Can't remember one. So fit.
Oh yeah, close.
Kind of.
Are you a fan of Resident Evil games and stuff like that?
The
Or- I
central
know they're
checkpoint could be on
charming.
alert after the emission.
How long
There's
is it?
another way in. Crack in the wall to the left of the fault. Bugger off. Hope you didn't lose your secret artifact along the way. If it was outside the zone for too long, it would have lost its anomalous energy. But I've got this shiny metal thing to recharge it. One lucky activation, and we have a gold mine in it.
Sector 9, visual detection of the vault. I say again, Sector 9, visual detection of the vault.
Show me what you've heard. What the hell is this? I've seen artifacts taken from the zone before. They always burn out and fall apart real fast. But this one?
This one is not from the zone.
Oh, I bet. Where'd you find it?
In my laundry basket.
Who do you think you're talking to, huh? You have any idea what this is gonna cost me? If it's not an artifact, it's gonna blow us all to hell! I won't let my hard work come to nothing because of you. I won't let you flush it down the shit.
This stone owes me a new home. We gotta move.
Get
I have to
the
say that
scientist
this
bunker.
wind really
Ono will
contributes to
explain
the
how to
eerie
proceed with the
atmosphere.
scanner.
I really like the.
He's
the
waiting for
wind.
you. Good luck.
Give me a sit rep. Perimeter breached. Extensive damage to Ghost pipe. Fuck knows what. Copy that. Dispatching a response team.
PJ, have you played Metro Exodus? It's on the same level, same atmosphere, same genre. Metro Exodus was one of the best games when it comes to Metro.
I agree. I was going to ask you that earlier because as soon as they were in the truck, I was like, this kind of reminds me of when they were talking about Chernobyl. I was like, this reminds me of Metro. But Metro was really, really well done. I bought, I think it's like the trilogy. So it's Metro Redo, and then whatever the other one was. Good games.
Stalker 3, we've got a breach at the lookout. The bunker's off. Another ground team is on the way. Sal, I still don't have any maps. Stick to the perimeter. Avoid going in. I'll contact us here.
Okay, I didn't expect to see monsters so soon because, okay, I don't want to spoil. Anyway, Metro and Metro Exodus video games are made by the famous Russian dystopian sci-fi novels. I don't know if you knew this, so that's why they're so good, because there's the whole story behind. It's not just you're going and shooting monsters. So both the novels and the video games are very good.
This is not related to them, right? This is just happens to be the same kind of genre. Okay.
Yeah. This is different publishing company. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Metro is fantastic.
I don't think it'll be that easy, but I'll figure it out.
Now, I don't know if you've seen ever a trailer for the game or the gameplay that was officially released before the game came out, let's say about, I don't know, a year ago or something. Man, you can find in full 4K with someone who had an amazing computer, better than this guy. If you think the graphics is good here, you should see all the shades and all those filters, how they look like. It's almost like you're in some fantasy virtual reality. It looks so good with powerful video card.
Yeah, that's my next dream project of upgrading my computer. Like I have a gaming laptop, but I got a 14-inch screen. It's so hard to see sometimes, especially like when you're playing multiplayer shooters and the person's like super tiny.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the new trailer for for Witcher 4. Have you seen it? It just came out a couple of days ago.
Yeah, man, you know how I feel about Witcher, but I'm gonna get really salty if they make Syria Witcher. It's gonna aggravate me because it's again bending to the will of.
Well, no, actually, if you read the novels, Geralt is slowly becoming less and less prevalent in series growing up, and she's becoming the main hero. So people who read the whole 6 or 7 or 8 novels, they say it's actually following how it's supposed to be in the novels. But when it comes to the graphics, they say that for the game developers, for them to see the game in true light, so to speak, they got from NVIDIA RTX a 5090, which you cannot go and buy yet. So they were so lucky they got from developer the early version, which we cannot buy, nor would I buy because that would be usually $1,500 or I don't know how much. So it says, I think the rumor is true, that they were able to install it and to play and test it on RTX 5090, which is way faster and better than the strongest video card which we can buy now, which is 4090. So I'm like, man, those lucky people, they can buy and test video cards before us. You know?
So it's my understanding, though, that only males could be Witchers. So how do they narrate that into the story?
Oh, see, I didn't read the novel. I don't know.
Yeah, only females. It's a I forgot how they explain it, but a Witcher only works with a male.
I don't know. By the way, I have to say I like this zombie-like monster. And I'm assuming it makes sense that sound, like, that's probably radiation.
That's radiation for sure. Yeah.
Because they're in Chernobyl, and this is like, you know, after the whatever the disaster happened.
Okay. Is charging always this noisy? No, but that rock of yours is pretty unusual. Check the scanner quick. Is it charged?
Nope.
See, I wonder how much he has time to get into like an underground or in a house where he would be protected from radiation. I don't know if there is certain timing where he has to find shelter, wait for a while, then go out. And that will make the game more realistic and harder.
Yeah, you can see his radiation meter on that bottom left. But I haven't looked at it when it's been beeping, so I don't know how it responds yet. It's a beautiful game.
Yeah, man, imagine in 4K. Because I'm playing the video in 720p. So there's 1080p, there's 2K, and 4K.
Yeah, man, this probably looks phenomenal, especially like on a nice, pretty TV.
Yeah, what's the video card you have currently?
It's a GeForce RTX. I don't remember. I don't remember. It's like I said, it's a laptop. It's a gaming laptop, so it's built in. I can't replace it. I got it 3 years ago. No, more than that, 5 years ago.
Oh, okay. So I would assume it's in the generation 2000 something or 3000.
Yeah, no, I'd have to look it up. I mean, I could play. I don't know. I could play most things on Macs. The only issue is my laptop gets super hot. Like, it'll burn you to the touch. That I have to like put a fan right here while I'm playing.
Yeah, but I bet you can play most games in 440p, which is so-called 2K.
No issue. Yeah.
I've got nowhere to go back to, Herman. Over and out.
So he could treat radiation exposure.
See, you're not the only one with a hit issue.
Some kind of anomaly. What? I see the scanner. Tracing for anomalous activity in radio signals. Situation unclear. You inside. You hit a roof. Move out. HQ, move out reporting. Come in, HQ. Damn it. Local PDA detected. Someone here!
Man, it makes me want to get the game and play just by watching this part.
All of these games make me want to do that. I have such a growing list. I'm like, thanks, Nico.
Come in! Sort us out, you hear me? Hurry, son of a bitch, sort it out!
Yeah, I'm here to serve, so that's my gift. Making people spend more money on games.
You are succeeding. At least adding to the wish
I
list.
think all those gaming companies should give me a provision, like a small percentage, even if it's 10%.
I agree.
Man, so cool. Did you see that small tornado?
Whoa! Some fireworks, huh?
Who are you?
I'm your guardian angel. Here's your bolt.
Where the hell would I need a bolt?
Take a look around.
Crap.
Yeah. Toss it into the anomaly, then while it resets, run like hell. Got it? Now go.
PJ, speaking of first person shooting games, do you like more fast-paced games like this one, where occasionally you have long convos, where you basically know what the mission, you're just going and killing the enemies, or do you also like those games where you have to sneak, you have to take enemies from behind, like in Hitman or Splinter Cell? Do you like also those type of games? Because they're slower, they're not for people who don't have patience.
Yeah, no, I definitely like the slower paced games because I'm not the greatest with shooting and stuff. So like if you're in a fast paced game where you're just constantly getting wrecked, it's harder for me to play. So I kind of like the short, and I like to play a lot of survival games, which are very slow paced.
What about zombie survival games?
I think I have 2,500 hours ish on DayZ.
That's it? I'm disappointed.
I'm sorry. I've been playing Deadside. They just finally got out of beta and went to version 1.0, and it's not a zombie game, but I've been playing that a lot. And even at 2,500 hours, I'm still terrible.
And keep your mouth shut, unless you want both of us killed.
Okay, I'll let gameplay for a few more minutes and then we'll fast forward. So the game is intentionally made to be so gray and depressing, with everything collapsed and you can just see ruins. But imagine if they would actually put an effort into nature and, flora and fauna and more beautiful things, pay more attention to beautiful sky. Imagine how amazing this game would be, even more. But that's not the point. They wanted to make this heavy, psychologically heavy, disturbing game, right?
Visually, it would be beautiful, but it would take you out of the element that they're trying to give you.
Fuck them up pretty good, eh? I didn't expect anyone to step in for me. That's rarer than Mama's beats around here. Normally, folks in the zone just walk past other people's troubles. They've got their own shit to deal with. You're new around here, ain't you?
I am, to be honest.
Yeah, I figured as much. But you have definitely taken out a few scumbags in your day. Thanks for having my back. I might be pushing my luck here, but could you lend me a hand with something else?
All right, let's hear it.
There's 4 of us at the boiler house, not far from here. Squint, Richter, Gloomy, and myself. Squint is the leader. Richter is his right-hand man. And we just joined a group. Squint and Richter took off somewhere in the morning, and then me and Gloomy got ambushed by those bandits. I managed to make a tactical retreat, but the bastards took Gloomy. I don't know what they are doing to him, but I doubt they are throwing him a party. We need to rescue him and make those thugs regret it. Gloomy will find a way to return the favor.
All right, I'll do it.
For real? Dude, you rock. Don't worry, I won't just send you there empty-handed. I've got a stash close by. It's got everything you need. A gun, some ammo, the whole shebang. Whatever you don't use, consider it yours. Just make sure you've got Gloomy's back, all right?
DJ, this is so typical like in RPG games, right? Same thing. You get quests from random people, and it's up to you to accept or reject. And if you accept, the game gets longer, but more entertaining and more rewarding because you can get those special items and armor or weapons. So, yeah, that's why this guy finished the game in 17 hours, and the game producer says it will take at least 40 hours. So that shows you that most of those side quests he didn't even engage, you know.
Wow. Oh, nice animation. Like Daisy and all those other, you just open a can and you're like eating like this and nothing ever happens. That was cool. He used his knife to eat it. I'm not a fan of how they do the blood, the damage on the screen, only because it breaks the element. It doesn't feel like you're in the game, or it doesn't feel like you're the character. It feels like you're in a game.
Okay, I had to fast forward.
So Strider was right? The monolith, Skiff, is it really here?
Yeah, I tried it.
And
there's only one Strider, sir.
I saw what it did to the people before me. How it made them.
And he wields a sword.
It was.
And he will return.
And you understand that we have to destroy it.
Dallin said Circuit isn't going to use the monolith anymore. They only needed it to prep for another experiment. They're gonna end all this shit right here, right now. They're gonna destroy the zone.
And you believe that, Skiff? Do you really believe the monolith is just an installation and they actually know what they're doing? They'll write off all their mistakes as collateral damage in pursuit of the greater good. But we are not some byproducts of their experiments, Skiff. We are human beings. If their plans have any relation to the monolith, we are putting an end to them. These people are not to be trusted. We can't waste any more time. Tell me now, Skiff, are you with the Ward or with us?
We'll stop them together.
Then it's settled. You should go.
To check out, he got silencer in the meantime.
Yeah, did you see how that guy dodged that stuff? That was awesome.
Yeah, games are becoming more and more realistic. See, I don't know why he didn't take AK-47. Or you're muted.
Oh, I say he's wrecking shop with a silenced pistol.
Yeah, if this would be one of those games where you have to be silent because of the alarm or whatever, that would be a phenomenal choice. Yeah.
Where the hell have you been? Help me out with these, will you? One on each hinge should do the trick.
Performing visual analysis. No text.
All right, let's go.
Router ready. Lock 5. Wave 5 ready.
Back it up.
Gateway open. X11. Awaiting connection.
What the fuck? You all right? Let's go. Out the fucking way!
Connection established.
Step back.
It's time.
You motherfucker.
Dude, is it just me or this monolith is almost like some spiritual force, right? It's almost like, I'm not saying it's demonic, but this is how people who will be possessed or oppressed demonically, they would hear voices, they will feel, heaviness, they will feel like something is after them. Like, I'm not saying it's the same, but I'm saying how science can be abused just like so many things in life. And something like this can happen.
Yeah. Yeah, he was definitely possessed with something.
And again, I'm not into conspiracies, but there are Christian researchers who are into paranormal and who would now mention CERN in Europe and then
I was just about to say that.
And people will be like, oh yeah, they're opening portals, they're opening this.
They've been doing it since Chernobyl.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? We may be laughing, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man. I don't put anything past anybody. Are they doing it? I don't know. Are they probably trying to do it? Yeah. It would have been nice for that water to have some kind of motion and resistance. But I'm sure it's just a small part of the game to put so much into it.
I have to examine you, Doctor. We don't have time for this. Get Goshar to send us back to the data center. There's a flash drive there with the Institute's entire archive on it. It must not fall into the wrong hands. It contains the telemetry data from the experiment. I have to see it. I have to find out what went wrong.
Speaking of first-person shooter games, I just finished 2 nights ago Warhammer 40K. The game was called Bolt Gun because one of the guns you can use to shoot the enemies is Bolt Gun. It's a very cool one. It took me a few weeks, but because of casual play, I wouldn't play every day. I would usually play at night, like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, something like that. And I just finished the other night. Man, it's such a cool game. It's not one of those AAA titles. Doesn't require, great computer. It doesn't take too much space on your hard drive. But it was very entertaining. Very entertaining, especially if you like Warhammer universe.
I was just about to ask you, have you did you ever play Warhammer, like the actual war game?
Are you talking about tabletop games, board games, or video games? Oh, I did not.
Oh.
Yes.
Same.
Probably it's an accident. If it happens, it's just an accident. No purpose. And I hope he won't finish the whole game with just that pistol. It will be funny.
Just lets you know when you go to play, that's the only gun you need.
Maybe this gamer, the particular person who owns the YouTube channel, maybe he played too much Counter-Strike. Maybe he liked Desert Eagle. I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, he's pretty on the money with those headshots. So he's got it. Looks like an AKSU in his inventory.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe he's one of those old school gamers that would be like, I don't need sniper, I don't need machine gun. I'm gonna just take you with a regular pistol, with a regular gun, because I'm so precise. He's not always precise though, because I noticed in some scenes he misses enemies, but he's decent.
Yeah, a lot of the guys that watch stream games want to play the game, but they're all like online multiplayer game streamers, and this, it's just single player. They're like, we're gonna wait till they make it a multiplayer game.
Oh yeah, shotgun. But check out his shotgun is upgraded. He has laser.
Oh, it disappeared. I was like, where did the thing go? He just blew it to dust.
Ooh. It has that cloak of invisibility, or maybe can just jump in space.
In real life, I would have just let that guy kind of take care of business and then took care of business.
Oh my gosh, that thing is so annoying.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
See, this is why he finished the game 3 times faster than what the publishing company said, because he skips so many things. He's just following the main quest.
Yeah. He's just beelining it.
But let me be honest, if you're spending that much money for the game, there's no way you want to finish it as soon as possible. Like, there's no pleasure in that.
No, well, yeah, I'm sure he spent time and then just did a speed run through, but
yeah, it could be.
you would have to know where you're going to beat it in 14 hours, I would assume. Tell you what, though, the animation, they took time making this game. You could tell it was a passion of love. It wasn't just to get it done. Was that like bugs that when he knocked it, it went on the wall and then climbed off? It was crazy.
Yeah. Okay, I had to fast forward a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Only like 20 minutes forward, because when I was checking the video, I had to pick, the most interesting scenes. I do this with every game. Otherwise, we'll never finish
right
watching and commenting. Okay, this reminds me a little bit of Geralt 3, The Witcher 3, because he would occasionally bump into those swamps where just those hordes of beasts would just suddenly emerge from water or from behind the bush suddenly, and he would have to fight sometimes 20 of them. A little bit reminds me of that.
Yeah, but if the swamps in Witcher 3 look like this, I think I'd be a little more afraid to go in there and face those creatures.
Yeah, well, now with this part, I think there's like a nuclear storm or something coming. Yeah, a little bit different. But I'm just saying that swamps just remind me of Witcher 3 because it's my favorite game. So, of course, in my mind, I want to compare with Witcher 3, even though
Oh, yeah.
it's not the same genre of game. I know, but you know.
What's his name? Rodishka? Not yet. Well, I've got an idea. Works like a charm on folks like him.
Like even the outside, like here, I don't remember where it was. It was in Metro after, like when you were on the train, I mean, and it stopped and you got derailed or something like that, and you had to go investigate those villages. This is what this area reminds me of.
How's it going? How's it going? When are you guys coming back?
Today, I think. Vector almost stumbled into an anomaly. Just a bruise. But he can't walk on his own. I don't know who's going to cover for him for the next few weeks.
I'll take his place.
You sure about that? I mean, I'm all for it, but are you sure you're ready?
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't want to spend the rest of my life afraid of some mutant. It's time to venture out into the zone and become a real stalker.
So we're leaving tomorrow then?
Tomorrow it is.
I think he's just being very detailed with the inventory because he's trying to get rid of weight, you know, because he's pretty much loaded by now.
Today's a good day.
he was maxed out.
How are you doing? Got any headaches?
Yeah, in some games you can barely move when you're loaded. When
Back at
you're
the
come to
station.
the maximum, you move
Couldn't
like a
even see your
turtle.
face,
Like
but
anyone can kill
thank
you.
you.
When they introduced that to Escape from Tarkov,
Headaches anymore?
oh my gosh, like all these pack rats were just like moving like snails, and they were just easy targets.
To see you around.
Oh, it's you. Be safe. Oh, it's you.
Did you notice that glitch?
Yeah, at first I thought it was just him listening to a recording and hit it twice, but
Yeah, this is why it's not wise whenever a new AAA game comes out. It's not wise to get it immediately. Like, wait always between 3 and 6 months until they patch it. And I know many people get impatient, but I never get a game immediately.
Cover me! I'm high!
I tell you what, I really dig that dodge animation they put on the NPCs.
Yeah, it makes it more challenging dealing with all those enemies. Yeah.
Yeah, like I have a hard enough time hitting people when they're moving. Like
You're like, hey, slow down. Slow.
Yeah.
You want the Matrix effect.
You killed him, right?
Yeah.
What? Was it? He left to get some water. Said he'd waterboard me until I told him everything.
What happened to Noontide?
After you left the island, first, Striders showed up, put together a small team. Dudney, Horse, a few others, and he ordered the rest to defend the island. He said the ward would never forgive him for what he was about to do. But if he didn't, there'd be no more Noontide. So they left. And then there was the signal, and I can't get there, for the monolith cries out of my head.
Where did that signal come from?
Somewhere deep inside the shelter. I'm sorry I can't give you an exact location. My equipment didn't last long under that sea exposure, just like the Noontiders. One thing's for sure, a blast that powerful doesn't just happen. There must
The
be
voice acting seems a little off with this guy.
There's a problem, though. The vents at the shelter don't work. Underground rooms are filled with toxic waste gas. This place is already falling apart.
Yeah, it's not very clear.
Yeah, it's kind of robotic almost.
Gas isn't an issue. I'll figure it out.
Very prudent of you. But right now, you can only get to the underground from outside the base.
I mean, you know
to
that
the
in some
northeast.
games, if they have limited budget and they have to cut somewhere, they would rather hire one professional voice actor, and for the other, non-player character, they would rather, spend less money by hiring people maybe not like you and me who are like, have no experience, but people who, they're like
yeah.
semi-professional, like
up and comers. Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't know if they had any issues with the budget. So it is. What it is.
Well, I mean, his voice was all right. It was just, I don't know, it just had that mechanical sound to it rather than just a natural flowing voice.
Man, how they make that light effects when you're in the house and about to go, and then light changes because you're now outside. Oh, it looks so good.
Okay, I thought so. Yeah, this was built on the Unreal Engine.
Yeah. I think the latest Unreal Engine is 5.3, which may not seem like a big difference between 5 and 5.3, but for people who are making games, it's way more advanced. I mean, even when 5 came out, it brought revolution in the gaming industry, but 5.3 is even better. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I can't wait for the new Cyberpunk and the new Witcher on the Unreal Engine. Just they don't have to teach people how to use their engine. Now they could hire professionals from any Unreal Engine game.
Dude, but like, as much as I love Unreal Engine improving and video games being more realistic, with the video cards, their prices barely even go down since the times of COVID. Like, I don't want to spend $2,000 just on a future video card so I can have the best one so I can see the game in full detail.
I'm going to send you a link after this. I forgot what the card is called. It's a BM 550 or something like that. It's like a knockoff video card that's $250. That's competing with NVIDIA and Radeon's top card and stays cold.
You're probably talking about the latest Intel card, right?
It is the latest. It's an Intel. I just can't. Yeah. I can't remember what it is, but
is it
it's
Intel
super cheap.
Arc, like ARC?
Yes, yes. Like it's an Arc. Yeah, yep. It's a man. The bench test on this card is insane for $250.
Well, I already bought a new video card last year, so I don't plan to invest anything anytime soon. I got 80 Radeon for the first time. I was always an NVIDIA guy because that story that at least used to circulate in the past, like NVIDIA is much better with drivers, with supporting games. But I used to believe the old story. People tell me no, it's actually that old story. Radeon improved over the last several years significantly. So it's like, yeah, they may not be as good with ray tracing, but with other things, they can compete with NVIDIA, and they're cheaper. So I'm like, oh, and many times they'll have more VRAM than NVIDIA.
Yeah, and then so like I've always liked Radeon. This is actually the first NVIDIA I've had is this laptop, and it runs great, so I can't complain. But yeah, it's like all NVIDIA has is ray tracing, and even their ray tracing struggles with a lot of the games. And That's cool. But I like my desktop that I have. I got to upgrade the chipset of the board, so there's no point in me getting a video card for it. I think it's got a RTX like 3500 or something like that, or a RX 3500.
Wait, there's no 3500, 3050.
27 RX. It's a Radeon 27, maybe. I don't know. I bought it years and years and years ago. I'd have to look. I'm probably just making random numbers up. Oh, you better pick that VSD up. Well, he hasn't really sniped, so I guess.
He may be struggling with the weight soon if he keeps piling up, all those extra weapons. And that's always difficult. Like, I don't know if you ever played Far Cry.
I have Far Cry and I've never started it.
Okay,
that's a lie. I've played Far Cry 2, I think.
Okay. Yeah. I played 3 and 5. So it's like, but Far Cry is one of many games like where you have to really play like in RPG games. You really have to play to the last 0.1 gram or kilogram or pound, whatever you're using, so that you won't be slowed down by your inventory. And sometimes there are like 2 or 3 things you like, and you can only pick one because like you don't know what's the next level holding, what's coming, and you don't know which weapon to take. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm just gonna take this thing. It may not be even weapon. It may be a gauntlet. It may be boots. It may be a helmet. It can be a shield. It can be shield and armor. They usually take the biggest amount of weight in inventory. I'm talking specifically about action RPG games. Man,
I think that's exactly why, brother. Want me to pay him a visit? No way in hell.
I like that limitation. Like, it just makes it so much more of a fun element.
I was about to ask you, do you like games like Diablo?
Oh, dude, as soon as I was literally about to tell you what ruined Diablo for me was Diablo 1 and 2 was when they released the trainers for them, and you could like alter your inventory. And then I was like, man, this has been fun.
Well, you don't have to use it. That's optional.
No, I know, but after that point, like, oh, now I could get everything I want, and then I didn't have to work for it. And it just took all the fun out of the game. So,
man, I finished Diablo 1 and 2 in the late 90s, and they just published in the last few years remastered like both 1 and 2. Yep. I never played any Diablo after that, but I just want to say, have you heard about the game? I forgot, did it come out last year or this year? It's called Last Epoch. EPOCH.
I mean, it sounds familiar, but that's such a common thing that I could be thinking of anything.
Yeah, so they say that's a very, very good action RPG game like that looks like Diablo. So I was thinking, if we don't cover indie games next Friday, maybe we can cover this one. It's a really good one.
Yeah, I'm down.
Got something to calm your nerves.
Yeah, see, he knows where he's going. Like, that tunnel went to the left as well.
Maybe he's using breadcrumbs.
Oh, that's all radiation.
Yeah.
So, see, what's that green? Is that his radiation level? That's going down? Kind of weird.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he missed it.
You gonna die.
Man, he's a junkie. Like every minute he's like,
yeah, either that or radiation, huh? You're gonna
his arm
go
out
one
is
way.
swollen.
Track marks. Is that a noise indicator? Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh, he kept missing.
So those are a little more heavily.
Yeah.
It takes a little more to take them down.
Yeah, more advanced.
Have you ever played Escape from Tarkov?
No.
It's a first-person shooter, extraction looter shooter. And there's no life really in the game. Like just a headshot just takes you out. Body shots take. It's such a hard game, but
I would imagine it's very realistic. It's not horror sci-fi. I would imagine it's
no.
active.
Yeah, it's like dystopian. You're launched into like a city or something. Then you loot what you can and extract before you get killed.
Oh, okay.
It's really well done, but it's like tedious to the point where like,
what are you talking about?
You have to unload your magazine, load your ammo, put it back in, like rack it. It's really in depth, but that's what makes the game that level of. They didn't throw it.
So he was talking to them, and now he's shooting at them.
Yeah, because I think they were like, haha, like not really expecting us here. This might be part of the other crew where he was like, is it Ward or are you with Ward or somebody else? See, like, part of me loves the health mechanic, and then part of me hates the health mechanic.
Ooh.
Amazing. Yeah, so he literally just takes ammo.
I had to fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Not a little bit, 3 hours. That's fine.
I mean, for him, that's.
Ooh, he upgraded his shotgun.
Is that what that was? Oh, yeah, with the sight. Yeah. He's definitely a submachine gun assault weapon ish.
But see, maybe you would know this better than me. As you can tell so far, there are way more human enemies than monsters, and this was my disappointment. I expected way more, monsters, zombies, whatever, mutants.
So again, I didn't know anything about the game other than just hearing people talk about it. I had just assumed that it was kind of the enemy forces you were facing were human. And I thought that whatever they're doing is what released like this monster kind of thing into the world.
It seems like the preacher is about to come out and address his flock. Go finish him off. We've got your back. And if you hear an
But even the humans, some of them were like those weird dog things that were running around. Ooh.
Oh my gosh, I don't know why he doesn't hide. He's just like on the open, like chilling. Oh my god.
Yeah, but look how much those heals are just.
He's not very good in hiding or running or just, I don't know.
Okay, so the green says stamina.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, but he didn't even look back. He was just like, oh.
He's eating while he's walking and running and fighting. Makes sense.
I mean, I kind of do that a lot in my games too.
He's like, let me open this can and use my knife to eat, and you know, while they're chasing me.
Yeah. Oh, I have 12 zombies and a guy on the hill somewhere in the forest line shooting at me, but I'm about to starve to death. I need to eat this food.
Yeah, I need some energy.
See, like, I would assume there's like easy, hard, epic, whatever kind of difficulty.
He's exposing himself too much. He's not like coming at the edge, you know, trying to sneak and see if like they can see him and take one by
He's
one.
just
like,
absorbing. He's just
coming at
tanking
them and
shots.
then just taking, you know.
Yeah, he's like going through his inventory, standing in front of two guys, shooting them, like clicking over to a different weapon. Like I guess in, you know, a game I'm kind of used to, like that's a death sentence.
Yeah, I think if I'll be gaming this way, it will feel more like obligation than pleasure.
So when you start games like this, what difficulty do you start on?
So when I was younger, like 20 years ago, I would play everything on easy. Now I play every game usually on moderate, so medium.
Yeah, okay. Well, I try to go, I always try to go, I don't ever go to the max because I'm not that good with anything. But I always try to go whatever is above normal. That way, if I can make progress on that, it is Jason Bourne. If I can make progress on that, I'm doing good. But if I'm not, then I can go back to normal, and I might have enough hard experience to make the normal much easier.
Dude, you're better than me. I don't play any game on hard level.
No? Oh,
No.
I do. I try. I'm not great, like I said, but I try.
Were you good in Counter-Strike back in the day?
Yeah. Counter-Strike, Halo.
Yeah, what was your favorite level? Don't tell me Dusk 2.
I won't say anything.
Mansion?
Hey, man, I like the mansion.
Yeah.
Have you played Counter-Strike since? I haven't played Counter-Strike since like 2000.
Oh my gosh, no. Yeah. It wouldn't be that fun anymore because I was playing when I was 19, 20, 21. Yeah.
Yeah, but like Counter-Strike these days are completely different. Like it's not even the same game. Like now I say that I could be way off, but from the limited things I've seen people playing it, it looks like you're playing like Call of Duty or something like that.
Oh, is it more like adjusted to appeal to the masses? Like, look, the graphics look like what we have, you know, weapon of
something like
choice.
this. Yeah.
Instead of being about tactics and you know.
And that's from a bird's eye view. I don't know if I might be doing a disservice to that game, but that's what it seems like.
You see the comments.
That was also kind of a blessing sometimes. Yeah, see, like he had so much time to like line that headshot up. Like he should have been dead by now.
I have to admit, in those games, I always hated when someone would use sniper. Like for me, like it's not cheating, but it's like, dude, like you're waiting there like 100 yards from us and just taking us with sniper. Just come and fire us. I don't know.
I forgot. I think it was in Halo, like Halo 1, when we were playing. And back then you had to like connect all your Xboxes on a local network to play. And me and my buddies were having like some kind of party that night. And we had 4 Xboxes in the house, and it was fun. But whoever my friend Patrick's friend, and I'm stone cold awesome at Halo 1, at least back in the day. This guy sat in one spot with a sniper rifle and killed us all as we spawned. And just like we would spawn and it would like poof, headshot. Spawn, like none of us killed him. None of us even could see where he is because he just annihilated us.
Yeah, Sean is right.
Yeah.
What time of day would you choose for an intimate conversation?
It's serious.
I've always liked Dawn. What a fascinating show.
Much of the zone is not what it seems.
What the hell did you unleash upon us?
PJ, we will have to cover eventually
Envoy of the Monolith.
also Far Cry 5 because I finished the game.
Carrying out his
In it, you're trying to fight the cult leader. So just because of that theme, I wanted to play the game. I got the game. I finished the game. It was a little bit hard at the end to deal with the final boss. But let me tell you, that game is so realistic how cults became popular and how cult leaders manipulate people. So that will be very interesting from spiritual and theological level to cover that game. So it's an amazing shooting game. It's a big open world. But dude, like you're literally fighting the cult leader and his military, his guerrillas. It's like it's so realistic.
So I think that's the one I have. I'm not 100% sure. My friend gave me the disc for my Xbox, and I just haven't played it.
Wait, did you at least try the beginning to see?
Nope, never even put it in.
Oh, so I was about to say, this is the game that starts like this, but you wouldn't know.
Nope.
A long time ago, when I was
I'll have to look it up. It might be Far Cry 4. I'm not sure, but I think it's 5.
Just one awkward step, and my whole world plunged into darkness. But in the end, it was I who gained true sight, while the others kept stumbling around in the dark, searching for invisible wonders. The monolith showed me the zone for what it truly is.
Now that Sean mentioned spray and pray, I completely forgot that you can use spray in Counter-Strike. Because, again, it was long ago. Dude, check out this mode.
Yeah, right.
Is this the real sum?
Define reality. The zone is what you consider it to be. I will show you how I see it. Walk your own path, and you will come to the seed zone in your own way.
Yeah, till you walk off. No, he's about to walk off anyway.
Such is the will of the monolith. It's almost like their deity.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the next section.
Dude, that site is ridiculous.
Now, this is the weapon I like. I'm not sure I want to go further after hearing that scream. Oh, I know what will happen here. Okay, because I was watching this part in detail. I think this is the part. Okay.
I mean, that's 5 mags, homie. Let's try the shot. No, you don't have it. The BSU.
He threw the grenade close to him. He missed the monster. It's so funny.
Is this like a souped up version? Because he's killed these before, much easier.
And it's still not dead. Oh yeah, it's alive.
There it is.
You can't get in. Can't get in without me. I'm here, Dark. You alright? Sorry. I'm pinned down, Skiff. There's too many of them. Okay, cut it short. We need to unlock all the doors. We're coming off the security console. It's on our levels.
This guy has so much chemicals running through his body, he's gonna die anyway.
It's like Geralt. Do you know about that comedy YouTube channel? Has millions of subscribers where, regular guys dress almost like actors in medieval times, fantasy times, and they act like they're in video games. So they make short comedy videos based on like a video game characters. So they made once this comedy short video based on Geralt, where Geralt is about to enter a stable where a monster is hiding. So Geralt is opening all his potions and using like 20 of them, and his hand become like this big with all the veins here, and his eyes are popping out. And because it's so funny, like he collapses, he passes out, he can't go fight. So I'm just thinking how, of course, that's intentionally done to be funny, but like this guy also uses a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. Sonauto, that's the YouTube channel name.
Viva La Dirt. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, they imitate so many famous video games, not just Witcher.
Oh, heck no.
Yeah, that was the thing that I said 5 minutes ago. Oh, I think this is the part where, but I didn't want to spoil it. Yeah.
It's hideous. Jeez.
Yeah, this. If you thought that monster from 5 minutes ago was difficult, check this one.
Yeah. Terrible. Jeez. You better hurry up, homie. You better get somewhere
And the
else.
thing is, you can't run from him. You can't. He messes you up, and you can barely make a couple of steps.
Yeah,
The
look
best
how much his
strategy-
life drops.
Yeah, the best strategy would be you can climb on those boxes and then to step on that machine. But
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if the game allows that. Maybe it's not allowed for you to jump that high.
I mean, it seems like a strategically placed, though. Yeah,
And what's
that's
bad that he keeps turning his back against the monster, so that's not the best strategy.
It's like throwing the blankets over you. The monster can't get you. Just turn around. If you can't see it, he can't hurt you. How many of these things does this guy have? 31? That should work. Calm it down. Dude, what is this thing supposed to be? Terrible. He's literally behind you, dude. He's been behind you for 15
I know
minutes.
that
What are you
pisses
doing?
me off.
He could have finished this in 13 hours. I guess his shotgun was low. He was trying to reload the whole time. Because now he's got to do it again.
Yeah, but you can't because it comes after you and then you fall down, and it's like
Yeah, and it resets your reload.
Oh my God.
See that shell didn't even count.
DJ, have you seen the old Batman and with Penguin, which is acted by Danny DeVito?
Yeah. Oh, dude. Where's the fish?
I'm like, why is this monster looking familiar?
That's funny. Me and my wife just watched I can't remember the Christmas movie with him and Matthew Broderick in it. I can't think what it was called.
Yeah,
I just watched that today.
I think this is the toughest opponent in the whole game. I could be wrong, but he's really struggling.
I feel like this would be the opportunity to use your assault rifles where you can just quickly change mags rather than load 8 or 9 shells. But, whatever. He obviously knows what he's doing. He did it in 14 hours. But yeah. And there's no stairs he can climb or...
I don't think he can even come that far because this thing is he can cause a tremor and then he falls down.
Oh my gosh. Shoot that thing again.
My goodness, this.
Jeez.
Okay, let me fast forward a little bit. Okay, we're slowly coming to the last couple of hours of the game. Dude, but check this depressive level of the town that everything is deserted, destroyed. There's no even animals. You don't hear birds. Like, oh my gosh, imagine the reality of a nuclear holocaust, or imagine a meteorite hitting something. Like this is how this is how a lifeless place would look like. Like, we see in the Old Testament places like in desert where nothing can dwell, only certain type of animals. This is not the desert, but it like reminds me of something like that. It's like there's no a living soul around it unless you're like crazy scientists and those gunmen.
Yep, and they did really good with how nature is reclaiming everything. It's a very big one of those things.
Pay attention, he never turns back to see if someone is shooting at him, following him. Nothing. He's just going straight. I don't like that. Wow, he's gonna load for the. Oh no, he saved up. Oh my gosh. This guy has zero strategy. He's just going forward and shooting at them. That's it.
M60. Of course. I mean, the guys up top should have took care of that guy. Jeez. I don't think my ballistic helmet's that good.
No. Yeah. I'm not very impressed with his strategy. He's just going straight. He's like, let me just finish the game so I can upload the videos. Seems like I don't know.
But in his defense, like, he's able to tank those hits. So it's like, why play so stealth in, you know, peak to shoot when you could just take 12 hits and pop 20 heals?
Yeah, I was about to say if he wouldn't be a junkie, he wouldn't be able to kill himself every 10 seconds. But he will have to be, you know, much more careful and place lower.
Yeah. Tell you what, it's hard. It's hard sniping on a controller versus a mouse and keyboard. This is on Xbox, right? I see X. Yeah.
Yeah. It's war outside. I would be saying this. And look how the enemies are getting tougher and tougher to kill.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened with all those grenades. Like, did he spend them all?
And he
Like,
threw them out.
Yeah, but he can collect them, right? Every once in a while, just like with his adrenaline or whatever it is.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So I'm like, here's like, if there are like 4 or 5 of them, why didn't he just throw one grenade?
Yeah, but see, he's surrounded by enemies, and he's just out there like, eh.
Yeah.
Like, you ever played Gears of War?
Yes, I played the last part, number 5.
Okay. You didn't play any of the other ones?
No.
What do you do? All right. I'll play Far Cry 5 when you play Gears of War 1. But that's like even then you're surrounded by enemies, but you can't do stuff like that.
Oh my gosh! Yes. But Gears of War is an amazing game. It's an amazing.
Amazing, yeah. And a long time ago. Oh man, there's a game called Army of Two, and you're like some kind of combat people. I don't remember if you were a bad guy or what. Anyway, but you had full body armor, like face armor and everything, and you could tank hits like that. But even in that game, like you couldn't do this.
Come back soon. Check facts for dealing with those.
But again, he might be playing like on an easy mode or something.
It's a one-man army.
It's very suspicious.
See, just walking straight into him.
Yeah. Okay, so I fast forwarded for the last time. These are the last 20 minutes of the game.
And he's
That's
wearing
actually a
armor,
very
too.
nice armor.
Mm-hmm. That's the armor that's on the cover, right?
Could be. Yeah, he just threw his old one. Man, this reminds me so much like Diablo. Like, oh, you get so excited when you get.
I'm
good
done
armor.
with this.
I have to tell you, if I would compare Stalker 2, even though it's a great game, with like Diablo or one of those best games from that genre, I think I would rather play those RPG games than Stalker 2. I'm just telling from my perspective.
Yeah, I definitely miss Diablo 1 and 2. I didn't really care for the third. I've never played the fourth or online.
Yeah, I'm not really a multiplayer online gamer. You know, I usually
I
play
am.
solo.
Yeah, I like online, just because I like the unknown element that it introduces.
It's always something with these trucks. Every single time. X7 is below. But the elevator won't budge. We need to restart it. I tried. Turns out Granite was there. I tried to get close, but they cut me off. My bad. I let my guard down too early. Now you'll go.
What's Granite?
Suno's rebel. A special operations unit. They're regarding X7 even before the sun was around.
I think it's weird.
Thanks to sea consciousness,
I think once video game companies figure out how to fix balls, the games will look a lot more realistic. But like they always look at you no matter the head position. So like even when you look at him, he looks possessed because his eyeballs are still staring at you and he puts his head down.
Came in handy. When you get off the elevator, it's the door to your right.
We're getting closer to the end. So for people who don't like spoilers, because in every video game video we cover, we always see the ending. So if this is you, then maybe stop
Turn away.
watching. Yeah, if you want to buy the game and enjoy and not be spoiled. So. Oh, you know when Carrie and I covered the latest Indiana Jones on Tuesday?
Yeah, that would look like a fantastic
Before we
game.
went live, I was so excited because I was fast forwarding to see which segments to play, and I said, "Carrie, guess what? The Nephilim are in the game." And she's like, "Why did you tell me? You spoil it now for me." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I just mentioned one word. Like, I didn't tell everything." She's like, "No."
That's funny. That was that looked like a good game.
Oh my gosh, Indiana Jones! Everyone is impressed. People didn't have high expectations. I didn't see any gaming review online that said that.
Mhm. Even the people like y'all had mentioned that was talking about the creative producer. Even the people that were bashing it because of him still said that the game was amazing.
Mm.
And they did a really good job with just keeping everybody's likeness and everything.
Oh my gosh, the voices, the faces, the body movement, the body language, everything is very realistic, like in the movies.
Oof. I didn't even see those guys.
Oh my god.
Dude's got a street sweeper.
But see, if he would be using AK-47, he wouldn't have to approach them and expose and stuff. He could have shot them from the distance. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh my gosh, turn around. Why?
Just ignoring them. Look, just running straight through.
Yeah, I don't want, like, why is he rushing? I was like, he probably needs some, you know, Medicaid, whatever he needs. Those injections.
Yeah.
See, they're chasing after him. He doesn't even care to just turn and deal with it.
But I wonder if they zone out where after you go so far, they just kind of go back to them.
Yeah, probably. I'm sorry, but this is not gaming. Now he just wants to finish the game. Like,
Yeah, right.
Just the bare minimum, just to finish the game and upload the file. It's not fun.
Well, I guess it's fun for him.
But you know what? Gamers do this professionally. This is how they make money. Because like this channel, if you have millions of subscribers, this is your whole job. This is what you do. So people get tired. They don't enjoy gaming like we would enjoy if we game occasionally.
Right.
You can take that. Imagine you love, I don't know, let's say your favorite food is barbecue. Imagine you eat barbecue every day for a year. You'd be like disgusted. Like if you go out with your wife, you'd be like, that's at least the last thing I want to eat. Give me something different.
Right.
So for all of them professionally gaming, eventually they're like, this is a job. I'm tired. I may not even like this game, but I have to finish to upload with more clicks, bring more money. So that's the double-edged sword.
That's right. Must be. Oh. So he just opened up everything. Yeah, that's true. That's what burned me out on my channel that I was crafting, doing all that D&D stuff, making all the terrain. It went from a hobby to something like a commitment, and I was like, man, I don't want to do this.
I mean, I don't think it's bad if you really are passionate about something and you make income on that. I don't think it's bad, but it can go to a obsession like, oh, I must do this, I must do this, I must do this. There's no pleasure anymore.
Yeah.
It's like work.
Yeah.
But dude, if you have 2 million followers, you wouldn't become you can't really complain because you're making nice money. You could be making 10, 20K a month or even more, depending on clicks. So you can.
Do you know who Asmongold is?
Yes.
So I just saw a video, a short that he uploaded because he left Twitch, and I don't remember what he went to Amazon and said, stream revenue and all that. And I don't know how accurate that actual mechanic is, but for him leaving Twitch cost Twitch $3.2 million, or Amazon. He was bringing $3.2 million in revenue to Twitch.
That's insane. Well, why did he leave it? Do you know the reason?
I don't know the exact reason. I think it's just their policies, and he's a very vocalized voice and a very opinionated person.
I know he would sometimes talk about politics and different things. It's not just gaming; he would just cover anything. Right?
Anything, yeah. And like these game designers, like just like we talked about Dragon Age, want to push like their own politics rather than just let a game be a game. And like he calls them out, and then he gets backlash, and he's like, "Cool, well then I don't need y'all. I have YouTube. I have all these other platforms. I don't need Twitch."
Dude, I never used Twitch, but it will be hard to imagine a platform more rigid and politically correct than YouTube. See, I didn't know that. I thought that YouTube is the worst. I don't.
Yeah, it is. A lot of, like, I guess not a lot, but some of the people that I watch are streaming on YouTube and Rumble, and they're trying to get everybody to switch over to Rumble. But Rumble just can't handle what YouTube can handle at the moment. So they have,
and Rumble has way less subscribers and population, so to speak, and traffic. It cannot compare.
Well, they're not attached to a search engine either. You know what I mean? Like Google is just such a Goliath. But that's all right. Maybe Rumble's the David. You don't know.
So we came to the last several minutes of the game.
I always find it funny in games, like you go through all this chaos, and then there's always some guy waiting in the next scene that's just like, "Oh, how'd you get here?"
What is interesting in many movies, TV shows, novels, and video games, many times the enemy is not just a monster, it's a human being that is a visionary, gifted, brilliant person that is something went wrong in his human development, his emotional, psychological development, spiritual, of course, that he became obsessed with power, with discoveries, with experiments. I mean, different scenarios, different contexts, right? And many times that would be the real enemy. The real enemy would be someone like us,
right?
With corrupted nature.
Right.
It's not beyond salvation, right? It's not beyond the point of redemption. Of course, Christ can redeem anyone, but many times it would be like someone who simply doesn't know when to stop. Like,
slide that thing back up.
It's almost like reaching that godlike level, the godhood, but through the occult, through science, through discoveries, through technology, and because that hunger, you cannot satisfy it until you reach the end. This is where you lose yourself, and you don't even care for the collateral damage.
Right.
And this can be true. I mean, look at Dr. Mengele. I know it's not a perfect example, but like this what happens when you
get so focused on
when you see your leader as a god, and you just will blindly follow, and you think you're doing something good by experimenting. You're actually destroying people's lives. You don't care because for you there's a higher purpose behind it, and you don't care about them, just like you don't care about the lab rat. And that's sad, but that speaks volumes about our nature. And I believe all of us are capable to do that evil if we go little by little and harden our hearts little by little. It doesn't happen overnight.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Cannot see. I want. Cheers, friends here.
Hello, Skiff. It's the duck one.
Yeah, this is true what Sean said. This is a perfect ending to our comment. There's no offering what we would withhold from that which we worship.
It's okay. He could take all the shots anyway.
Yeah. Hey, if he can act like his opponents are like evading bullets, maybe he can just defeat him.
Oh, look, they're wearing a. They're wearing exosuits. Saw that?
Hmm. I mean, the game doesn't seem like it's done. I feel like in few years or several years there'll be a sequel, another one. It's like I don't even care anymore. I'm tired of being a puppet. I just want to go home.
Attention! All exclusion zone checkpoints are closed. Crossing the zone's perimeter is strictly prohibited. Anyone attempting to enter or leave the zone will be eliminated on the spot. Attention! Anyone attempting to enter or leave the zone will be eliminated on the spot.
I think you got bigger problems there, buddy.
I will protect her. Always.
Yeah, like I said, there's no way this is the ending.
Yeah. So we clearly missed a good portion of that lore. But I wonder if there's an alternate ending, because he had some choices early in the game that could have maybe potentially changed
And again,
things.
the game takes minimum 40 hours to finish. He finished in 17 hours, which just says that he skipped a lot. But I mean, it is what it is. PJ, taking into consideration everything from the visual and audio aspect, from the atmosphere in the game, and that the passion level and atmosphere that is done so well, the type of enemies, the type of armor, the type of guns and weapons, in the game, but also describing that spiritual, like anguish, that anxiety, the darkness, like sometimes you would feel you're all alone, and it's like not just people trying to kill you, not just these mutants trying to kill, but it's also radiation. It's like is this a nightmare? You're like, can I escape somehow or no? I should stand my ground and I should fight like a hero. I'm like, I'm not going into like a biblical way so far, like I'm the chosen one, but like if I back off, who will fight? Who will go and finish the task? Who will stand against the bad guys? So when we take everything into consideration again, the audio visual effects, the atmosphere, but also the spiritual side of the game. And let's say you want to grade the game from 1 to 10. What will be your score and why? What did you like and what you didn't like?
Well, it's based on, I guess, just this gameplay and not the game itself, because I don't know what those mechanics and metrics, are. Visually, the game is definitely a 10. It's a beautiful game. It's well animated. You could tell the developers, all the animators put a lot of their stuff. There you go. A lot of their stuff, a lot of passion into what they were doing. I don't necessarily like the gameplay style of the guy who played. Not that he's bad or anything. It's just not my play style. Clearly not your play style either. But I do, and again, we missed a lot of the lore, so I don't understand the relationship with the monolith and why he sent that guy into whatever that vat of liquid was, and then why he came back and he's like, I'll always protect her. So like, who are you protecting? I don't know. There's obviously more to that story that we don't know. So I don't know if he's the antagonist or the protagonist. to the story. So I don't know. There's so much unknown, but the game looks like it was very well done. I don't like if that's how combat is naturally and that can't be changed. That's going to be a huge downside for me. I don't like the thought of easy mode. I don't like the thought of me just going in there and just annihilating everybody, taking every shot, and I have 52 health packs to keep me alive. It's just
as long as your inventory allows the weight of all
yeah,
those
and he had two. So he had the injection health packs, and then he also had the bandages.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
at
gosh,
one
I
point,
think that in these 2 hours we saw him easily 50 times fixing himself. I'm
Probably.
like, dude, no wonder, because you just don't know how to wait. I'm not saying camp and hide. I'm just saying, like, think about it. If there are 5 there, you're not going in the middle of them and just trying to provoke them and fight them. This is not like Kung Fu game and you gotta just do some Bruce Lee
Right.
thing. They all have weapons just like you, and you can be dead. He was just like running after them like a bull would see that red thing and it would just go. It doesn't think. So I'm like, I would never play like that. It would just kill
No,
all the
I wouldn't either. But clearly, it worked for him, and I guess that's kind of the part that I was like, well, I mean, yeah, he's getting away with it. He's doing a speed run, so maybe that's just lower settings so he can do that kind of stuff. And then maybe on a normal kind of setting, you would just get blasted and put back in place. And I hope that would be how the game is supposed to be played. But yeah, I liked it. I would play it. I'm not heavily on first person games. I mean, single player games, just because I like the element of having other people that can introduce mechanics and deceit and hope and all that kind of stuff in the game that's not normally there. So yeah, but I like it. I like the game. Spiritually, I could pull a lot of things, good and bad. But yeah, so the game is good. I think the developers did good.
Yeah, I think again, you're right. From what we saw in these 2 hours, and the game is 40 hours long, so it's very ungrateful from us to give a definite score. I would say from 1 to 10, it will be, I don't know, 7.5. So a solid game, but not like overall impression 9 or 10. No, like no, we covered some better games on the channel.
Yeah.
And I hope we will continue doing that. I think even that indie that we covered on Tuesday was way more fun and interesting and lively and interactive and like, like, will I survive? Will this trap like kill me? It's like, and going through those dungeons and pulling mechanisms and then, playing with those puzzles and trying to escape. I think that indie is, if this is 7.5 or something like that, I think that indie is easily 8.5. So I think Indiana Jones, even though completely two different genres, for me, if I have to pick, I would rather play Indiana Jones any moment, any second.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. I didn't give you an actual score. Yeah, I think 7's probably where I would fit around 7, possibly 8, depending on the gameplay. Indiana looked fantastic. However, we also bring that childhood love of all those memories with us too.
Yeah,
so
nostalgia. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we leave for tonight, I just want to invite everyone. Please tell us if you guys want us to start covering some of the best indie games that came out in the last 5-10 years. Of course, we will be covering, if we go that way, we will be covering different genres and different games. I'm thinking about Blasphemous. I know it has such a bad title, but it's such a good, fun action game. So I'm just thinking about, games like that. But not just that, like also the old fashioned like beat 'em up game, like where the screen will be scrolling this way and you're fighting usually with a friend. You're going together and
Side
fighting all these
scroller.
people. Yeah, like Final Fight back in the days, or like Ninja Turtles, and that every few levels there's like boss in the end. I love those games on arcades when I was a kid. So yeah, please let us know, guys, if you want us to start covering indie games. Then we don't have to spend 2 hours per game. We can spend in 2 hours we can cover 2 or 3 smaller indie game studios, and it could be more fun. So yeah, we're just debating between ourselves for the next Friday. That being said, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Time, I'm expecting 2 guests, which are actually people who are my dear friends. They come and help very often on the podcast. Not like Sean. Sean does it the most. But I'm expecting Troy and Paul to join me tomorrow and to talk about this for some controversial topic, because they'll be like, what? Don't even go there. That's the occult. But no, we want to speak not from the occultic way. We want to speak from the simple level of God using creation to reveal himself to the ancient people. Namely, we want to check the connections between the gospel and the zodiac, the stars, the constellations, and see how all these signs are actually telling the story of the gospel. And for people who may be saying, well, that's a stretch, this is not something that we will be inventing. We will be mentioning scholars and quoting them and citing them. We prepared over 20 pages of presentation in PowerPoint. Actually, Troy did. He did a phenomenal job. He actually went and bought legit photos of wallpapers of constellation. So we'll be using them for the presentation tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that, because I never thought in a million years I'll be covering a topic like that. But this is why I love knowledge. This is why I love to connect theology with astronomy, with archaeology, with history, with mythology, with so many things, including video games, because there's nothing in this life that you can disassociate, from Christ, be it sex or money or hobbies or friends. Everything in some way, shape, or form is related to God. I did not read all the last comments. I see that. Okay, so Amber is cheering for indie games, and also Sean. And she said because Sean is epic, but she's not giving any compliment to PJ or me. It's like only Sean is epic, but we are not. Okay,
we are epic for being in the boat with Sean. Okay,
yeah.
So that's okay.
Sean's beard is being sanctifying both of us.
It just draws us all in. Sean's here, and we're like,
yeah, I'm okay to be the lowest. That's why I started the podcast. I'm going to invite people for different topics who know more than me, so I can learn from them. So what would be the point if I invite someone who knows less than me? How can I interview them and ask them questions? It will be fruitless. So yeah, I'm fine if I'm at the lowest rank of whatever.
No, you're not, man. We love you to death. You're at the very top. But Sean,
no, I know my limits.
Sean holds you up,
and I'm not embarrassed. I know my limits. They're not very impressive. I'm just dedicated, so I may sound smart and look smart, especially with these glasses. But yeah. Anyway, that being said, keep us in prayers, because this is not just a nerdy podcast. This is also a ministry. Occasionally, we tend to speak with atheists and skeptics and members of different religions in the live chat. And this is where I especially get pleased, because we want to just tell them that Jesus loves them and Jesus died for them. And you're always welcome to be on these podcasts, as long as you're not offending or belittling someone.
Disrespectful, right?
Yeah. So I have also provided links for PJ's podcast and website. Please support his work. He's making he's doing a tremendous, and I'm not exaggerating, because I was able to see his PDF. He's making this tremendous visually and thematically Christian tabletop, manuals of how to play games and stuff like that. So please support his work. I'm telling you, as someone who owns the podcast, every
comment,
every subscription, every compliment, like, hey man, you're doing a good job. You made my day. You don't know how those little things can make our day, because we sacrifice so much from our sleep, from our social life, from our energy, from from so many things to make content. I do it with podcasts. PJ does it with tabletop Christian games. You don't know how those things can help us not to give up. Because sometimes, I know also for our episodes, sometimes we get 40, 50 clicks, and you don't know the amount of material, not for video games. You don't know sometimes the amount of books or like articles we have to cover to present material for something, and people are not interested. It can be very discouraging to a point of like you want to give up or take a break. But yet we're here every week, and yet PJ is also making all this content. He's making it for free. Most of this stuff, it's for free and it's enjoyable. How many Christian companies you can find out there there's making RPG tabletop board game stuff? Not many, and not many of them are successful and gifted and creative like PJ. So please check the website. Both of his links are mentioned in this episode's description. Yeah, PJ, you're getting compliments. See, it's amazing.
That
PJ
is-
is a genius. Yes.
Sean,
Of
you're
course,
not
they're
supposed
bragging.
to-
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see you next Friday with another game. And if we decide, we may cover actually 2 or 3 games. We'll see. That being said, may God bless you. I hope you go to church tomorrow. I hope I have energy to go to church tomorrow. Go serve Jesus. Don't look at others. Follow the lane and path that God has called you to do. And even if that is using your artistic expressions to start a podcast, write a novel, make a song, or maybe do tabletop and RPG games like PJ is doing. There's a blessing when you stay obedient and faithful to God on your path that is uniquely made by God just for you. So God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow. PJ, thank you for everything. God bless. I'll see you next time.
Later.